Aloha, and welcome to another episode of Sports Fizz. This week we have an interview we did with Max Unger for the Kamehameha Combine, and we have Chase Takaki's letter of intent signing ceremony. Enjoy. Okay, once again, guys, welcome to the Kamehameha Combine, and pleased to have Max Unger able to take the time to come into the studio today and welcome you. Also to answer some questions, delve in a little more deeply into the path that Max took to become a Pro Bowl center and now a Super Bowl champion. So again, thanks, Max.
Definitely.
Just looking for some hints, tips, and suggestions for the kids. And I think one of the things that maybe we take a little bit for granted is the academic side of it. And maybe explain a little bit about what it took, number one, to be a student athlete at HPA and then moving on into Oregon.
Yeah, academics obviously is huge. I mean, until you graduate from college or football-wise, it's your number one focus. There is no sports without school. Therefore, academics is your number one priority. But at high school, I mean, we all have to pass. I don't know what the rule is anymore, but when I was there, we had to pass the NCAA clearinghouse. So you have to have a minimum score on the ACTs, or what's the other one that they have to take?
SAT.
The SATs, that's right. And so that was a big step for us, obviously. I know that we all had to pass that. I think it was 900 minimum or 910, something like that. But then getting to college, it was pretty brutal, to be honest with you. I mean, it's two full-time jobs that we're talking about here. So full-time student and a full-time athlete, pretty much. So.
I mean, do you think you would have seen the level of success if you hadn't have made the commitment to the academic side?
Yeah,
where's the transfer?
Yeah, that's the thing. The priorities have to be pretty level. I mean, obviously heavier in the academics if there is going to be an emphasis, just because it's so important. I mean, the reason I went to the University of Oregon was to be a student. I mean, first and foremost. I mean, that's where my priorities were. I graduated, with a 3.0, which I'm very proud of. And at the same time, I got to pour my heart and soul into playing football too. So. Yeah.
Now you don't get a scholarship at Oregon just because you're big. I mean, obviously you have to have performed at some point. Talk about, what type of commitment it takes to play at that level in high school and then in transitioning into Oregon.
Yeah, that was crazy. When I got that scholarship my junior year, it was pretty out of the blue. We'd made a bunch of VHS tapes and just kind of sent them all over, really all over the country, from the Division III level all the way up to the Division I level. But the commitment. I mean, I was a football player, and it was something that I took a ton of pride in. I mean, it was total commitment. I mean, I don't know what other way to describe that other than never missing a practice and that you're healthy for. And I think that's kind of where you can kind of hang your hat on is that type of dedication. So.
Now, moving on to Oregon, I mean, I think to a certain extent it has a reputation of being a pretty fun place to go to school. But as a college football player, is that something you really get to participate in as much as you like?
Just like the campus life?
Yeah.
Oh, no, man, you don't get any of that stuff. My college experience was centered around my teammates, really, for the most part, just because our schedules were so similar. And actually, a lot of guys I went to high school with went to Oregon with me. Your best friends in the world are the players the guys you play football with. I still talk to them at least, once a week. A lot of the guys I played football with. So you don't really get a lot of the campus life, but as much as you get the experience of college through your friends that you play football with.
Now, in terms of off season or just in terms of in season, how much time? I know there's a set time that you can practice based on the NCAA rules, but realistically, how much additional time do you have to put in as an individual if you want to take that next step?
This is college.
Yeah.
College is it's a tough schedule just because you're a full-time student, obviously. When that requirement's done, it's a full student requirement. It's 12 hours minimum, and so it's 8 o'clock class all the way up to about noon, and then from noon till bedtime is football practice. And we didn't usually have to be there till about 1:30 or 2, but you got there as soon as class was over, and you watched film or did something like that. And then you rolled throughout the day, meetings and then practice at the end. Ultimately, we had dinner at training table, and then you had to do homework. So your days were long and they didn't really end, but it was pretty serious.
So did that competition at a high level at Oregon, I mean, did it
how well did it prepare you for that transition to the NFL?
That's a tough one. The talent is obviously a lot higher, in the NFL. But at the same time, the schedule, the pro schedule is actually pretty similar, but it's football all day. So instead of in the morning or in the night doing school, it's pretty much just football all day long. It's still a 12-hour day though. Wednesdays and Thursdays are still solid 12-hour days, and then it kind of weans down towards game time on Sunday. But the college model definitely does prepare you for football. That's for sure.
Now, football been in the news a lot lately in terms of player safety and things of this nature, but ultimately I think we're moving in a positive direction. And as far as the Big Island, I think football really is at an all-time high. Starting at the Pop Warner at the flag level and taking it all the way up. And I just wonder if you'd talk for a minute about what football has done for you, what it has meant to you in your life, and how it has maybe moved you along in ways you wouldn't have thought.
Yeah, the game of football, I mean, it's so hard. It's so difficult. It's hard to talk to people who've never played it and kind of relay to them the difficulties of it. It's just like I think it's a pretty strong correlation to life. It's something that you can work very hard at and get a lot out of. Just as far as relying on people and relying on the I guess the relationships that you make with people. And I think those are some of the strongest that I've ever had, or the ones that I've played football with. And so you want to talk about building friendships. That's pretty ironclad right there. I guess one of my coaches up in college say that the ones forged in the lines of football are the strongest. But obviously football. Who is it? Sammy Sosa. Baseball's been very good. I mean, I was just thinking about that the other day. Football's been very good. I mean, I've been able to make a living playing a game. It really is incredible that coming from the Big Island, I've been able to do that. So.
Just takes a dream.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of football, it's taken you far, but what's now the difference between, okay, I've made it in the league, and now I'm a Pro Bowl or I'm a Super Bowl champion?
Man.
Have you been able to put your head around that yet? Or?
Yeah, no, that's actually a good question. The margin of talent is it's so high and it's just so close together. From the starter, in the NFL to the Pro Bowler and the All Pro and the Super Bowl champion guys, it's so small. And it's just details. I mean, this is stuff that coaches have been preaching, probably since Pop Warner, and it's that to the highest level. I mean, no stone unturned, and just the preparation that it takes to be champions and to be the happiest team at the end of the year and win the Super Bowl it's daunting to think about, really. And so it's the week to week thing, man. I mean, it's getting into a routine throughout the week and being able to execute your plan of action and taking it into game time.
All right. Well, Max, thanks for being the trailblazer, or one of the trailblazers. You're not the first, but you're certainly the most visible at this point. And setting the example of how it can be done, and that it can be done by somebody who lives on a rock in the middle of the Pacific.
It's true, man.
Any last words of wisdoms for the kids here at the Combine today?
Oh man, yeah. I always tell this to people. There's no easy route. This is the game of football, and success in it. First off, relies on academics. For the large majority of the game. And so I can't stress that enough, placing an emphasis on academics. And the second thing is just that there's always going to be somebody more talented than you, and your goal and mission is to outwork them, because this is the world that I live in. I mean, there's somebody a lot more talented than I am sitting across the line from me, and I'm going to have to beat them somehow, and usually it's outworking them. So good luck, you guys.
All right, straight from the source, guys. So now it's time to get to work. Good luck.
Who's the man of the hour? Let's Chase, why don't you come on up? I think all of you who are here certainly are knowledgeable of Chase, and we're so proud, Chase, of you and your accomplishments here as a Wildcat over the years that you've been here. This is certainly an important moment for friends, family, and all of us associated with Konawaina athletics. Why don't you just sit down here and your agreement, your letter with Whitworth is there for you to sign. But before you sign this, let's just explain a little bit about what this ceremony is all about. First of all, for those of you who don't know, I'm Bill Trumbo. I'm the athletic director here at Konawaina High School. predecessor, and the executive director of the BIF is also with us, Mr. Lyle Crozier. We'd like to thank Lyle for being here. He'll also be part of our program. And then certainly the family, Chase, they're here. Your mom, Corey, your dad, Kavika, your stepmom, Melissa. I'd like to welcome all of you, and the rest of you are family, are very good friends, and certainly this is a monumental day. Not only is it a day of commencing to another chapter of your life, but it's also one in which through your hard work, through your efforts as an athlete here, you have been acknowledged as being able to go on and play at the next level. I know that's been a dream and a goal for you. I don't know if we've had anybody work any harder to prepare himself. In his off-season conditioning, he put more time in the weight room than anybody else in this school since I've been around. And I think that type of commitment has served him well. One of the things that, I'm just going to mention off the top of my head is that his contribution to his teams that he's been associated with. He played on 3 BIF championships, sort of synonymous with the resurgence of football here at Tonawanda High School. He also played on 2 BIF championship teams in boys basketball. He was all-state mention. He was all-league. He was, an enormous number of honors and recognitions in both of his sports. And I know that his contribution as a team member, as a leader, and as an outstanding player has contributed greatly to the success that we've enjoyed here. He made a lot of great plays. He was a real, what we call, playmaker during his career here at Tonawanda. I think the touchdowns, the dynamic plays that he made, and being a two-way performer, both on offense and defense for football, were highly exemplary. But the real key is that it caught the attention of a number of opportunities in college to continue his continue his education in college and also at his career. So at this time, I'm going to recite from Whitworth University. By the way, they're the Pirates. They have a little bit of black in their color. They also have a sort of a deep cardinal color. It's in Spokane, Washington. I've been there many times, a beautiful campus, just a welcoming environment within that community there. Spokane is eastern Washington, a great location across the state from Seattle. And Whitworth has been and continues to be one of the prestige universities in the Northwest and in all of California, or not California, but in Washington and in the United States. It's a lead academic school, and I think it's well to mention also that Chase is not just a student athlete, but a scholar student athlete who's achieved 3.5 GPA and has really modeled what it means to be an exemplary student athlete. We put the term student athlete by all of our boys and girls who are participating in sports, but sometimes we have to put a quote around student. But in Chase's case, that wasn't the case. He has been an exemplary student athlete, a great leader, and it's my pleasure at this time to say on behalf of the faculty and staff and students of Whitworth University, it gives us here in Coleman a great pleasure, he already knows this, to inform you of your admission to the 2014 freshman class. Congratulations. You'll receive a packet of information. This will tell you what to do and how to be there and what to do, and your coach is certainly proud of you, who is coming where you'll be coming into, and you're going to get to keep this as evidence that you are in school there, by the way. And this letter of commitment that you're going to sign in front of all these witnesses today will be an important part of it. As the Whitworth Pirates, I'm committed to playing for Whitworth University Pirates football team. With this, there's an accompanying scholarship support that will help pay the cost of your education. I know your family appreciates that. So at this time, it's my pleasure to recognize the newest Whitworth University Pirate, Mr. Chase Takaki. You're going to see how his left hand works.
Who knew?
It is the 14th day of May. You got that one right. Congratulations, Chase. Also, I would like to mention Mr. Thane Milhorn from Sportz Viz, Big Island, has been largely instrumental in, for the past 4 years that I know, involved with Big Island football and other sports, doing the video, doing highlight tapes or CDs for all the boys. And I know his passion in talking with him. Thane, I think, was around years ago when I was an old-time basketball coach and went to one of the earlier basketball camps that I conducted in California, in Santa Barbara, at Snow Valley. So I've known Thane a long time, and I love the fact that he's returning to the Big Island that which the Big Island provided for him, and the sports that he's enjoyed has provided for him. So Thane, thank you so much for what you do for all the boys and girls here on the Big Island, and we really appreciate it. And I know it's bigger and better things in the future for Sportz Biz.
Mahalo Bill.
Mr. Crozier, if you'd like to come forward, please.
First of all, I'm feeling real old today. It was about 50 years ago I coached his dad, Kavika, here. And just letting you know, they played exactly the same reckless abandon out there. Like kamikaze pilots, but very good ball players. And on behalf of the BIF, we'd like to present this football to Chase. And congratulations and good luck to the family. Congratulations.
Chase, if you'd like to say a few words, and then we're going to have Chase just step up here where you can greet him and express your aloha for him, for all he's meant, not just in the sports world, but as a human being and being a great young man. Okay? Go ahead.
I don't know where to start. I'd like to say thank you to Uncle Charlie guys, not exactly family, even like Uncle Love guys. Traveling to away games, not only home games, all the sports, and not only football, but just Konoeno pride in general. Thank you for all the support through all the years that since I came back. I wish I could have been here all 4, but unfortunately I wasn't. But I came back my last 2 and made it worth it, everything I wanted. So thank you for that. Family members, thank you. Without your highlights and stuff, I'd never be here. So I think not only for me, but for just athletes on the Big Island, that they should really look for you, and when you do stuff for them, really thank you and appreciate what you do, because where would I be without a highlight film?
Oh, they'd have found you, Chase.
Yeah, I wouldn't know where to start. So having that was just really a backbone to getting myself out there. And thank you for what you did through all of high school. Mom, Dad, thank you. Auntie Melissa. Just all the family, thank you very much. That's it.
Thank you, Chase. Appreciate that. I know that we have some of your teammates here. I know I see Principal Suzuki back there in the back who stepped in. Thank you, Sean, for coming by. I think this serves as a great example for what hard work, perseverance, and just diligence in your effort to prepare yourself, because you did. I'm serious. I've seen a lot of young men committed to their sport, but I have seen none that have been any more committed, that worked any harder to get and reach a goal such as that opportunity that he has today. So Whitworth University, we all know where that one is now. We can follow you and find out. We expect to hear great, great things. And I know you'll represent the Wildcats well.
Definitely.
Thank you. And then again, any of you that wish to express your aloha to Chase, I know there's some lays here, Chase, and I know Corey has set up a nice reception over here I would suggest that we don't all crowd in there at one time, but make sure that I'm ahead before all the food is gone. Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's get the hat on. We got to have a pose in there. They're the pirates, yes.
We got at least 2 entered BIIF matches. He's going up against Mana and the boys from Pacific.
Yeah, Pacific
and then Linfield has Yamamoto and from HPA and Castro from Kamehameha. So.
Yeah, that's a very, very good football conference. Very good football conference.
Let's get the lace and then we'll take
Put the lace on. Let's get it up here.
Hi, Grandma.